Welcome to another episode of No Filter with Queen Mary, and today I have a very special guest. The reason I say special guest because some of you still do not know, and some of you do know, that I had a nursing background, medical health background. Well, I wouldn't say medical, but a nursing background and a health field background in general. And so this is so special to me because today I have an amazing nurse, and I can't wait for you guys to meet her. Seda, I am so happy to have you on my podcast.
I'm happy to be here.
Thank you. By the way, you look amazing tonight.
Thank you. So do you.
As usual, you always look good because the first time I saw you, I was like, oh my God, wow. And
I thought that about you when I saw you.
Thank you. You know, it's called it's the energy. There's something about it. Like when you see it, real recognize real. So when you see someone that has that same energy that looks like you're like, oh my God, yeah. You don't need to look like somebody because you have the same color. You can feel it's energy. You know.
Yeah, when I met you, I was just like, I think I'm gonna get along with her.
We connected the whole
instantly.
night instantly, and we were talking just talking like we know each other. And I came with friends, and I dished my friends. Not dish because
I know when you sat next to me, we were just talking and talking.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
Yeah, it was beautiful. And I was like, well, after talking to you for I think it was 5 minutes, I'm like, you wanna come to my podcast? And she's like, you have a podcast? I'm like, yes, I do have a podcast. I want you to come because when I talk to you, you are so smart, so intelligent, and at the same time, drop dead gorgeous.
Thank you.
Thank you. A lot of times people always assume, I mean, of course, not a lot of time, people always think that beautiful girls are dummies. So when I see a girl that is so beautiful and is killing it and she's smart, I'm like, hell yeah, I love that.
Thank you so much.
So that was the very reason I'm like, you gotta come to my podcast. And you were like, when? I'm like, yeah, that's
I know.
That's it right there. Seda, I know my guests really don't know anything about you. Could you tell them a little bit about you, the name Seda, and who are you?
Well, I'm from Nebraska, born and raised. I moved to South Florida, I think 5 years ago now. When I graduated from nursing school, I actually moved here with my ex-boyfriend.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to hear that story in a bit. I don't think I've heard that, but I want to hear the story in a bit. But
So we moved down here together.
Yeah.
We moved down here together. He was a dentist, and we moved for his residency. Wow. So he wanted to be a periodontist, and he got matched at Nova, and I just came. We dated for a couple of years down here, and then we broke up.
Wow.
But I stayed because of my job.
Wait, he went back?
Yeah, he went back after his residency.
Just you saying this alone is I've always had you up there. But now it's up there. You do know what it means? Taking that chance and breaking the boundaries and knowing that you want more for yourself. Do you know that a lot of people would move back just because? I do know that. But you stayed and you're killing it. I'm so proud of you. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Wow.
I stayed. I did.
And you guys came just because of that, and you realized that this is your spot, this is your place, and you recognize that at a very young age, because I know you're still very young, and you recognize that.
Well, I had my hesitancies when I was moving from Nebraska with him. But I still did it because for some reason I felt like I just needed to. And then we got here, we were dating for maybe a year, 2 years, I don't remember. But after that we broke up, and then I stayed. I loved my job.
I'm sorry about the breakup though. How did you feel about that? Was it, was it a nasty breakup? Was it?
It wasn't, we were young. I was 22. I'm 26 now. So
you look amazing. You don't look 26, but
but when you're that young, you kind of, you do things that you wouldn't do if you're older, with experience. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't say it was toxic, but I do think that there was things that shouldn't have been done on both ends, my end and his end, and it just comes with age, I think.
The last guest I had said the same thing yesterday. I mean, it wasn't about relationship, but he was like, you get smart with age and confidence comes with age and you learn more with age. And, you know, that's really very, that's really true.
Yeah.
And hearing you say that too, wow. But listen, girl, I am so proud that you make that decision to come here because you're killing it.
Thank you.
And also, it takes a lot of... Did you have to go through back and forth with your family? How was that when you told your mom and dad that you... Because I know you probably live with your parents when you said that you wanted to move out. How was that experience like? What was it like?
Personally, my relationship when I was younger with my family was not that great. My parents are Persian, and I grew up in Nebraska. And so it was just kind of, there was like a culture difference between us both. I was living with my ex-boyfriend before we moved down together. And like they weren't happy with that because, you know, in that type of culture, it's not normal.
It's like me being from Nigeria. I get it. Like if I'm like, I tell my mom, like even my age right now, I tell my mom I'm living with a man and she's going to be like, what the heck? She's going to go to church. Like really praying. Like what happened to my daughter?
That's how my family is. So it's just like a culture thing. Like the woman does not live with a man before.
Yeah, I do understand the culture. I do know where they are coming from. But that doesn't mean that I think it's like the most ideal thing. It's just because that's what they know.
Yeah, I agree.
And you know, and so but were your parents in Nebraska too?
Yeah, so they still live in Nebraska. And I feel like since I've moved, like my relationship with them has actually gotten better.
Yeah.
Because now they kind of like respect me more. They know that I can handle myself. They know that I am, you know, no matter what, I can take care of myself. I'll figure it out. I'll find a way to do it. And so for them, like they're proud of me, even though in that culture, it's not like something that women do, like live alone. Or like, you know what I mean? Or
yeah. No, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. Like really, like thinking about it like you saying this, you know, at first they are not going to be proud. Right. But watching you right now, I mean, I just met you, but I'm proud of you. Because I love when girls are really killing it.
That's
you know?
One of the things I said to you. I said, I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
Because I remember when we first met, I said, remember. Because I was like, I know what you feel. Yeah. You know, we come from different backgrounds, but the culture is the same.
Yes, the culture is definitely very, very similar.
It's very similar.
Yes, so it's like when I had my ex, talking about cultural similarities in culture, right? When I had my ex-boyfriend, he wants to come into my apartment, right? I mean, I am a little bit different because I grew up in Nigeria, was raised by my grandmother. So imagine, even though our culture is different, is like similar, I'm very more deep in it.
Right.
Even though I don't look like it. But I know. I don't look like it, but I am. So he was like, I'm going to come to your place. I'm like, you're not sleeping in my place. It's going to be a taboo. It's a crime. You're not coming to... No, I'm serious. I'm like, you're not coming upstairs. You guys, like the dynamic about this whole situation. I think I'm going to do that in a different episode because there's a lot of dynamic about this particular topic with my ex and him sleeping in my place. But I was very like... So he comes to Miami, right? He never understood it because he was living in Italy. And he gets a hotel, and I go to the hotel with my little doggy, and I go see him. But he never ever understood why I would let him stay in my place. I will cook in my place, host him, because I'm a farm girl. I go to the ranch, I get the meats like real life week. I love shit like that. And I would like host him, be like, come over for dinner. But after the dinner, baby, we're going home to your hotel. And he never understood it. He was always so like mad. But someone like you get where I'm coming from. And the thing is that I grew up with my grandma. So even if I don't want to, I'm already like that. Like there are things that you don't... you know, age comes with a lot of things. But I think even when with age, like something like that, I think is so in me that even with age, I'm still not growing out of it. I still feel like if a man is walking into my place, my neighbors are gonna be like, "Oh my God, she has a bag."
I don't allow anyone in my space either.
I see.
So
you get what I'm saying. You know
I'm not saying that I
energy.
won't sleep over at my boyfriend's place.
Oh no, I'll sleep over in the hotel when I go there. I sleep over every time.
But I will not let them in my house.
You see,
You are not allowed in my place, my space. It's mine.
it's a culture. It's like it's very different for like this culture we are in. I'm really trying so hard to adjust to the. I mean, I think you know we're doing very good in adjusting because I mean I did Halloween yesterday. Oh my God, that was like. But it's like very. When you come from a place that we come from, it's like not something that people do easily, you know?
No, it's not.
like you're not used to that. So when you tell men about that, they don't get it.
Yeah, they don't get it.
They don't get it.
I've said it to everyone I've ever dated or
Yeah.
had a serious relationship with. You're not allowed in my house.
Exactly.
You're not allowed in my apartment.
Baby, we're supposed to pack our bags and come into your house. No, but really. That's what we know. A woman is supposed to leave their parents' house and maybe go into the
Exactly.
boyfriend's house, not the boyfriend coming into my house.
You don't need to see my house.
Exactly. I mean, you can come. For me, if my boyfriend is a good boyfriend and he's doing a lot, I mean, I'm gonna cook for you. I'm gonna cook, okay? So you can come when I'm serving the food and stuff like that. But it's very, very important to know that a cultural difference is a real thing, and people's culture is very different, even though a lot of people do not get it here.
And none of it is wrong, and none of it is like everybody's just different.
Everybody's just Thank you. I feel like people need to start understanding that everybody is different. Like there's no two fingers that is the same, and no two fingers is like really equal. It's not equal. Okay, it's not. So no, it's not. So we need to understand that everybody is different. People are allowed to make their decisions, their choices, and do what makes them happy. And just, you know, when you raise in a certain way, it's very different. Yeah. But, you know, with that being said, Seda, how did you get into nursing? I'm really legitimately so proud of you.
Thank you.
That you're not just a pretty face.
Thank you.
One thing is being pretty and one thing is being dumb. You can be pretty and dumb, but obviously you're not. How did you get into that space and what was your motivation?
Well, I've always wanted to be in healthcare. I just didn't know what I wanted to do. When I was a teenager, I worked at like a nursing home. So I was like a CNA and I did all of that and I hated it. But when I did that, it's very nice and it's fulfilling because you get to take care of people. And at the time I just like looked at it where I was like, you know, this is great because these people like, you know, need me. They need my help. They're here for a reason. And it was great. But as my time went on, I chose nursing because I wanted to take care of people, but then I also like loved aesthetics. So my ex-boyfriend's mom was a dentist and she kind of like introduced me into the aesthetic world. So I always thought in my mind that nursing was just like hospital nursing or things like that. But then when I moved down here, she kind of like introduced me to a lot of like aesthetic things, and like she was a dentist, so she could inject. And then I got into plastic surgery when I moved down here, and then I got into IVs basically. So I've been doing that for the past 5 years, and the thing that makes me the happiest when I'm being a nurse is like being able to connect with people.
Listen, when you said, I really want to give you a hug so bad. And I am going to give you a hug right now live. Because when you said you started as a CNA, that is something that a lot of nurses really do not do. They do not understand.
Yeah.
They do not understand what, the care that goes to being a CNA. Like when you go through being a CNA and you become a nurse, you know more. You know more about your patient.
Yes.
You are very close to them. You're very close to them, and you understand the actual things that they need. It's very personal. Right. I was a CNA once in my life, and I've gone through that process. And hearing you say that makes it even more beautiful. You are amazing.
Thank you so much,
It's,
Mary.
no, it's like real work.
Yes, I agree.
It's like real work.
It's
A
hard.
lot of nurses really do not.
No, it's very hard and it's very like, but you connect with the people.
I know. It's like you really connect. It's like real. It's like real stuff.
But when
When
you're
you work.
doing the hard work, you like feel for them.
Yes.
You want to help them.
Yes.
You want to like help them be better and like live.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So.
Oh my God. I loved you before, but now it's like it's even like more. You are amazing.
Thank you.
This is beautiful.
Thank you so much.
I had to do that. I had to give you that hug.
Thank you. I needed that hug.
You know what? If I knew, I would have brought you a flower. You have to give me your flower. Like, it's not every time you see. It's not every time I see a nurse that really went through being a CNA.
Right.
I'm not saying that all nurses have to go through that, but being in the field once in my life, I know that you learn a lot from being a CNA. So when you become a nurse, you really know your patient. You really know what it feels like and how to connect with them.
Right.
So that is beautiful, and that's hard work. That's
Thank
like
you.
really going hard.
Thank you.
So that makes you a real bad bitch, because you're not. Listen, look at you. You didn't just do that, but you're an actual bad bitch. You did
Thank
that.
you.
You're here. You look beautiful.
Thank you.
You know, that's something. I love that. I'm so proud of you. But anyways, talking about the nursing, how you went into, you did a CNA, and they were telling me about your ex boyfriend's mom being a dentist. So how did that all play out?
I actually worked at her office too for a while.
Wow.
So she let me do a lot of her insurance, and like I was basically her assistant.
Oh, okay.
So when I got into that world, I kind of figured out I wanted to work in a clinic and I didn't want to work in a hospital.
Okay.
So I just got lucky really when I moved down here. So we were living.
So her clinic was here.
No, so their clinic was in Nebraska.
Nebraska. Okay.
Yeah. And so she had like a very nice clinic, lots of patients.
Wow.
Very well established. And I actually worked for his dad too. And his dad was a urologist.
Wow.
Yeah, and he had his own clinic.
Wow.
So like
that's pretty
like
awesome.
when I was a teenager, I needed a job, so they like helped like let me be an assistant at both of their
Well,
offices.
you're very smart though, because a lot of teenagers really don't think that far. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? A lot of teenagers just want to have fun, sneak out,
Right.
go to the clubs.
but my
I
parents-
didn't grow up with that. I didn't do that.
No, my parents were so strict I couldn't leave my house, so I was like, let
that?
me just work.
It made you the girl and the woman you are today.
Yeah. No, I'm thankful for it.
It made you
Yeah.
It's a beautiful thing. Wow. Damn, you know that's another thing. I feel like the culture different. Going back to culture is so different that kids here in that age,
Yeah.
most not all, because some kids here are really very smart and they are thinking fast. But a lot of kids here is very common. Like at this age, they are going to parties, they are sneaking off the window. But look at you were walking.
Thank you.
That's
Thank you.
very impressive.
Thank
Wow.
you.
What a journey.
I didn't have my first drink until I was like 20. Wow. I know.
Well, I'm trying to think. When did I have my first drink? Honestly, I can't remember. I can't remember. But I do know one thing for sure. When I was in my parents' house, I was not drinking. By the time I left my parents' house very early. So I can't even relate when it comes to that. But regardless, so when you guys moved to Miami, you think it was just because he moved back that made you guys split, or there was something? Is it the Miami culture? What happened? Walk me through that.
I think what happened was there was a lot of influence. He was young. We were 4 years apart.
Oh yeah, he was very young then.
Yeah. So when I was 18, I started dating him. So he was maybe 5 years. I think he was 20. What's 18 plus 4?
Yeah.
21.
21.
So he's 21, and I think, and then he graduated from dental school at like 25. Like he was very smart also. So he was he was like, I think 2 years ahead. He graduated dental school very early, and then he matched at Nova. So he actually lived in Fort Lauderdale. The issue was, it was a culture shock. So you go from Nebraska and you go to Fort Lauderdale, and the culture is so different.
It's so different.
All the activities are different. The people are different. Like everything is just so different. And I think he was stressed with school and like work. And I was kind of coming into myself too, coming from like a very sheltered background, and then kind of like figuring out myself. Because those years from 18 to like 22, it were very like primitive for me. His family actually like kind of helped me grow into who I am a lot. And I'm like very thankful for that. Like
that's
so thankful.
Beautiful. Yeah.
Like they were amazing in a lot of ways. But also moving forward, we kind of just started to realize like maybe we wanted different things. Like I probably was the problem. Like I wanted to like go out and I wanted to go do things, and not even just by myself, but with him. But then there was like that rift because he was still so stuck in like Nebraska, but I like wanted to do like more like different things. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that
because like the culture is so different.
Yeah.
So I wanted to like go to like different, like just experience new things, and he didn't want to do that.
Listen, the fact that you guys left Nebraska because of him and you came here because of him, and he went back and you stayed, that says it all.
Yeah. No,
Not everybody is like, there are people that love the little bubble they are in.
Yeah.
They don't want to leave it because it's like a safe haven. But you see a little challenge. You have a kick out of it. You want the challenge and you went for it. And that's amazing. Doesn't mean doesn't mean that he did bad by going back. But hey, not everybody is meant to be in a big city. Some people, big cities are not meant for them.
Yeah, some people get scared. A lot of people. They get scared.
Yeah, they get scared. It's like, damn, in Nebraska, I'm this. I'm in Miami. I'm like, so nobody.
That's what it was. I think it was an ego thing for him.
Yeah.
He was like a big fish in a small pond.
Yep.
And then like you move to Miami and there's big fishes everywhere.
So many big fish. This is one thing I love about Miami. It gives you that kick. Like
it gives you a kick.
So it gives you a little kick.
Yeah, it gives you a kick, and I felt that kick.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to explore more, and I wanted to do more things, and like I was meeting a lot of people through my job because I was doing concierge.
Yeah. Oh.
So I was like going to people's houses, giving them like hangover IVs, like wellness IVs.
I didn't know you did that. So you did that when you guys first moved here?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So I was like seeing all these different
people. But you were
still
in school for nursing then?
No, I graduated that. I was already graduated.
You already graduated, but you were doing that on the side, but you weren't doing nursing.
So that is nursing.
Oh.
So if you do the IVs and like it's still technically nursing, but it's not like traditional like hospital nursing.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I just like was meeting so many people and they were all like doing so many different things, and I was like, wait, maybe there is a different way to live. You know what I mean? Like
I know what you mean.
I was like, maybe what I have been taught my entire life is not what I want.
Yeah.
Like everybody lives so differently and none of it's right or wrong.
Yeah.
Like everyone just kind of lives.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to maybe like reframe it.
Yeah.
Like reframe my living, reframe my just experiences.
Oh my God, you are so inspiring. No, because a lot of people would go back to Nebraska. A lot of people, mostly girls, I've seen no shades, no offense, but I've seen a lot of girls in a relationship that they do not want or like. They don't even love the person, but they're there for the comfort and they're so scared to move. And that's the worst thing you do to yourself. Realizing that you do not want somebody, you don't want to be in that space, and having the audacity to live even when you do not have the future, you don't know what is going to be the outcome of it. That's what makes you the badass.
Thank you.
And that's what you did. You look at the situation, you know that, okay, you guys came here together, but you had to figure out yourself. How did you navigate figuring that out? Like the first, because I know it's not going to be easy.
I just did it.
Wow.
I just did it. I figured it
You
out.
had to get your own apartment.
Yeah. He didn't help me move out. Nothing.
He didn't wait.
No.
He was mad at you for leaving?
He was mad at me for leaving. So I know. So we broke up, I remember, in December. I can't remember which year. I think it was 21, maybe 22. I don't remember.
Yeah.
But we broke up in December, and he was going home for like 2 weeks, and he said, your stuff needs to be out. Luckily, I had my own job. I had my own money. I had everything, so I was fine. I took all my stuff, I packed it, and I left.
And there was no fight?
There was nothing. I mean, obviously there was friction and fighting and arguing, like, for probably a whole year before we actually completely...
What got you guys into fighting? Do you remember?
Oh my God, I don't want to say it.
Oh.
My ex-boyfriend's mom, his mom, she loved me. Their family loved me when we first met. They took me in as their own daughter. Like, they really taught me, and they built me, and they like showed me this life that I didn't know. You know, no, I have so much respect for my parents. I love them with all my heart. But in that culture, it's a little bit close-minded. But his family was so worldly. So it was like something that I like craved and I like loved. And then they took me in, they taught me so many things. They loved me so hard. And then all of a sudden, her son is moving. It's her last son in the house. Her son's leaving the house. He's going to Miami with his girlfriend. And I think that kind of, you know, as a mom, like sometimes it can be like a little bit stressful, maybe. So that was the shift. So it went from them loving me so much, and maybe that's what I interpreted it as, because I have no idea what happened, but it went from such a loving relationship to me being excluded from family vacations, me being excluded from, if they were like coming to Fort Lauderdale, I was like not allowed at every dinner or like every like thing. Like, it was just something that was like, I felt excluded. And obviously like going from such like a loving relationship.
Relationship.
And
you
they,
knew
like,
the change. That was a change.
Yeah, like I literally, like I loved them so much, and I still do. Like I am so grateful for them. I'm so grateful that I met them. I'm so grateful that they took me in, they cared for me. But there was a shift, and I don't know what it was. And me and his mom were arguing. So when we started arguing, me and my ex-boyfriend started arguing. So and I told him, I said, listen, I don't want you to choose between you or your family. I want you to be happy.
Yeah.
And like, I don't want you clearly love your mom and your family and your parents. And like, I just don't want I don't want to come in the way, basically. Yeah. So that was the reason why we broke up.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry. That's very family. And when it comes to the mom, the boys love their mom so much.
Yeah, they do.
It's like, they love their mom so much.
I loved her. I did. I still do.
But it's like, because you guys were so good, you think it was because he moved. But he didn't move here just because of you. He moved here because he was coming for himself, for the dentist.
For the residency.
For the residency,
I genuinely have no idea. My thought was that maybe I moved here with him. I have no idea what happened, what the flip was, what the switch was.
You know what? Now we will never know, and then we'll never know. But guess what? I think you are in the right place. You were meant to be here. I don't think there's coincidence in life. When shit happens, it's meant to happen.
And that's what I'm thankful too.
Yes. Yes, because without that, you wouldn't be here.
No, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be talking to you.
I know. You wouldn't be sharing. You wouldn't be sharing to the world, like, you know, motivating people, because like people are going to watch this and going to be like, wow, she moved from Nebraska to this place.
I know.
And you're killing it.
And I made it.
And you really did make it. That's amazing. That's very inspiring, and that's very beautiful.
Thank you so
much. And I'm
much.
so proud of you, because I know when I moved to Miami, I know how hard it was. I mean, when I first moved here, I was wrecked. There was a time I was like, I was looking at it from like, what am I doing with my life? Should I just jump? You know, people don't understand that Miami is amazing, but
it's amazing, but it's hard.
It's hard. It can be hard.
Yeah.
Mostly when you're finding your balance when you first moved here. The first few months I moved here, first you go through the high sugar rush, which is the party. Oh, I'm in Miami. Then you're like going through that. When that stage is over, you go through the real part where you start thinking, damn, the party stage is over. This is time to start making money. I'm going to start paying the bills. You start thinking about the actual rent. You pay like $5-6 grand a month, right? That's not what I paid in Houston. That's not what I paid in Oklahoma. That's not what you paid in Nebraska. And of course, when you were with your ex, maybe that was like even easier because, it was like paying, the family was supporting that. So that's why I'm like, I'm so proud of you for sticking through this.
I know.
And you're there, and now you made it. You have your stuff going on, and you are doing it.
Thank you so much. And my ego was so high during that time, and it maybe still is. But I didn't ask him for nothing. When I moved out, I was homeless for like literally a week. I didn't have anywhere to go. There were like 2 nights because I was waiting for my new lease. So there was like 2 nights that I didn't have a place to stay. I like literally slept in my car because I was like, my ego is so high right now. I do not want to ask him.
Oh my God.
Because he just like, it was just this whole thing.
You see, that
Miami is not as glamorous as people think it is.
I know. I respect it. I respect you. But hearing you say this is even more touching to me because a lot of girls, you're in Miami, you're a beautiful girl. You have the face, you have the height, you have the body. You're not like obese. You could have gotten someone to pay for your rent. That's what a lot of people do here. No, really. I was walking down the streets last week. Some guy followed me on the street from Whole Food, and it was like, trying to talk to me. I ignored him. I had my dog with me. And I was ignore him. And of course, my dog pulled me to take a lick, pee. And eventually he's talking to me. I'm like, so he was bothering me. And I'm a very polite person. Sometimes I'm nice to people just because I don't want to look rude.
Right.
At this point, he was bothering me, was talking. I'm like, you know what? He was like, let me have your number. I'm like, no. I said no like 3 times. Then he kept following me. I'm like, you know what, have my number. So I gave him my number. The call I get or the text I get, he texts me. I didn't reply. Then he called. He said, oh, can we make an arrangement? I know that I've heard this happens in Miami, but I've not really gotten that like that. Boom. Before. Mm-hmm. They usually come in a very sneaky way, which I can always read. That was like, can we make an arrangement? I'm like, excuse me, what kind of arrangement? He's like, if you come to my hotel and I'm going to take care of you. I'm like, hello, excuse me. No, this is true. Honest
it happens
to God.
A lot.
I'm like, excuse me.
No, it happens a lot.
He's like, yeah, I'll take care of you. And I'm like, does that really work for you? Or do you really think that every girl in Miami goes around doing the same stuff? I felt mortified. Like, I'm like, what the heck?
Oh, it happens a lot.
So imagine like, I get an offer like that, just like walking my dog. Mm-hmm. Imagine you being actually homeless and you slept in your car and still did not.
Just for 2 days, but I had too much ego. It was too much pride.
But still, you slept in your car and did not. You could have been, you're beautiful.
Thank you.
You could have been in any, 5-star hotel, but you slept in the car, got your guts, and you're not compromising your values and who you are. I am really impressed. I respect you for that because Miami, I love Miami, but I feel like there's low-key a lot of bullshit going on. I do not judge people what you want to do with your life. If you are the type that's going to go home to the hotel with a guy and have a deal, respect to you. Mm-hmm. But it takes a lot to see a woman like you and me that will be like, yeah, we're in Miami, but we're not that. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's not easy to find. So I respect you for that. Mm-hmm. Then, and look at you now.
I know. Look at me now.
Look at you now. You're doing it.
I did meet my next boyfriend like a month later. So I did move in with him.
There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. You met someone else and you love the person, you guys,
I liked him.
out.
I said,
why not?
He said, why don't you move in with me? You're having a hard time. I said, okay.
Why not? I think that's being smart.
And
I think we kind of know that from the culture too.
Yeah,
I know that's
I was like, if I'm living in your house, I already know you're not cheating on me. You're not doing anything.
Yeah.
You're not. I was like, okay.
Good for you.
We dated for almost a year.
Okay.
And then we broke up. And
It's okay. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't work.
Yeah,
and there's
sometimes
nothing
it
wrong with
doesn't.
that.
No.
There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, you still have your whole respect, yourself together, and that's like even more priceless. So, yeah. But what's your relationship with your family right now? You still go back and forth and you guys still in good terms? And I'm sure they are very proud of the lady you are right now.
I think they are. But, in that culture.
Sure they are. I know the parents don't really say it. Well, maybe
They don't
the
say
American
it.
parents say it, but my parents probably will not say it.
It's the other side of the world parents that don't say it.
Yeah, because they expect it to be tough.
They want you to be tough.
Yeah.
My parents are like, my dad to this day, he does not say anything.
Wow.
He could be in the worst shape possible and he would be like, I'm good.
That's my dad too.
Yeah.
That's my dad. But my dad is a little bit different, only asks you for the money part. But yeah. No, really, that's the only other part that he would say something. But other than that, he's not saying shit to you. He's the law.
No, they don't. They don't say anything.
Nope. I get it.
My family is, we had a rough relationship when I was a teenager.
Yeah.
When you're a teenager, you just like have a little bit of an attitude, like, things like that. But now it's better. I do go back very often.
That's nice.
Probably like 3 times a year.
Okay.
For like a week.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, my sister just had a baby. My brother just had a baby.
Oh, so you're an aunt.
I am.
Look at that. How do you feel being an aunt?
I love it.
That's nice.
It's so amazing.
That's
it's like
nice.
one of the best feelings in the world.
That is really amazing. Listen, I am an aunt, a godmother, and I'm like, oh my God. It's too much. It's different when you have one. Then there's like, I'm a aunt this, and I have a godmother. I'm like, what the heck?
It's nice because you can see the baby, you can love the baby, you can spoil the baby, but like you don't have all the responsibilities.
When you have like maybe 10, your aunt to like 10 kids or more than 10, then you start thinking like me. I have so much nieces and nephews because I'm the last baby of my family. So I have so much nieces and nephews and goddaughters. I'm like, what the heck? I mean, I love my god. I love all of them. Don't get me wrong. But it's like, it makes me feel old. I mean, I'm not old, but then again, it's like you're like, wow.
I know. I feel it.
Yeah, but babe, you still 20s is still, you're still very young. But it's just like when you have moments like that,
I still feel like
it's
I'm like
real
18.
life.
I still feel like 18.
That's the
18.
best feeling. That is the best feeling. As you should.
How old are you feeling?
How old am I feeling? It depends on the day. Because, no, really, it depends on the day. Sometimes I feel like in my normal self.
I mean, you can't be much older than me.
No, but sometimes I feel like in my normal self, like in my 20s. But sometimes I really feel old because I was raised with my grandmother. And the wisdom that comes with the grandparents is very, very different, right? I don't think normal. I don't think like kids in the 20s. I think like
kids later.
So, and that could be like a whole thing. Mm-hmm. And when I talk to people, sometimes they're like, yeah, it's a different, like mostly the guys that want to play games.
Yeah,
that's why
true.
I get there. Because I'm like, oh, really? You think you're talking to you're talking to this face? No, you're talking to a grandma. I know it's so funny, true. But sometimes I feel like my grandma lives in me. Not like literally lives in me, but like her brain lives in here. And I get so worried for real. Mm-hmm. Like because sometimes being too smart, like, can be a problem. Mostly when you're single, you're trying to get into a relationship. Because I calculate everything. I might not say it to the guy, but I'm thinking, I know what you're saying and what you're about to do. And why you're saying that, even before when you act, when the guy act, I read men, I read people.
Yeah.
So before you even act that, I already know what you're thinking. And it's amazing. It's a great gift.
I knew that about you. I knew that about you when I met you. Because when I saw you, I just knew. I was like, she knows. Like, there's some people that just like know, and you can feel it. You know what I mean? Like, there's some people that are just like, I knew that. And that's why I think we hit it off.
I know, but sometimes it's the problem. I try to hide it. I try to be normal. I can't be normal because I always say it the way it's too. It's like, even when I try to be like, cool, you can still smell that. Because
like we were
we're
sitting.
doing smarty pants. Nobody want to date a smarty pants.
No, when we were sitting at that dinner.
Yeah.
And somebody was talking to us, and he starts saying something like, I can't even remember what he said, but it was too analytical. And you go, oh my God, I'm in the classroom now. So you just get up and you're like, I have to go. Because it feels like I'm in a school. Like I feel like I'm in school. And when you said that, I just started laughing so hard. I was like, this girl, like, I just know. I know she's so funny. She's so amazing. But you are just like so yourself. And it's like, it's amazing.
Myself. Listen, I think that this podcast, either it gets me good shit or it puts me in trouble because I'm too myself.
Sometimes it's good. Sometimes it's good.
I mean, at the end of the day,
Sometimes
who cares?
trouble is good.
No, really, really, who cares? Like, I don't care. Because reality is like, when somebody is not paying your bills and ain't doing shit, even when you're paying my bills, if you do wrong shit, I'm gonna tell you. No, for real. Even if you pay my bills and you do something that is wrong,
but people respect you more.
I'll tell you. And I think we need more honesty in this world that we live in.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people are so not honest. They're so afraid of what the people are going to say. Who cares about what somebody says?
Just say it.
Just say. Just be yourself.
Yeah.
It's going to take a turn, but eventually they're going to adjust.
But I think people respect you more.
Yeah.
I really do. I think
Yeah.
when you say something crazy or controversial or whatever, people they respect you more.
Yeah, they come around.
They come around.
Like,
they're like, okay, we get it. They're like, we get why she's that way. Like they respect it. And then they like you more.
yeah. Yeah, but speaking of liking you more and you being in Miami and the whole process that took you to be in your situation right now, being in this particular amazing city of ours that we love. I love Miami.
Me too.
What was the transitioning process after your boyfriend left? How hard was it? What was your dating experience like? I mean, apart from your ex that you guys broke up then after that, what has been your, let me rephrase that. What has been your most horrible experiences in dating?
When we broke up, me and my ex broke up, the Nebraska one. I got into a relationship very quickly after that. So for like a year, I was dating this guy, and he was amazing. He was great, loving, kind, whatever. We just didn't have the same goals long term. So that's why we broke up. When I became single, I had a brief period where I wasn't dating, honestly. There was like some time where I wasn't, and I was just working, focusing on myself. And then, I can't remember most of I've been on horrible dates, and I've been on good dates, and some of the horrible dates you just go on, you're like, oh my God, like this, I cannot believe that I'm here right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
then some of the good dates, you're like, oh, this was so amazing. And then you don't hear from them. You don't hear anything.
Tell me about that. Or they come back like maybe 1 year later.
Yeah, they come back or whatever. And I'm like,
then I'm like, why are you texting me now?
And then, so dating here is hard, I think, for everybody. Because sometimes people are putting on a performance. People are dating multiple people at the same time. People are just kind of too focused on their friends or too focused on whatever else. And that's okay. That's fine too. The last 2 relationships that I've had here were very good. I just broke up with the last guy that I was dating.
If it was very good, why did you guys break up?
I might be the problem, I think. I think sometimes I get a little bit crazy or scared, you know?
What do you call crazy? What do you do? Now I'm like, what do you call crazy?
I think that sometimes like people have these patterns where they just can't break. Like sometimes when you go into each relationship, you kind of like create a pattern and like you project it into each relationship that you have. And so sometimes like you can't like bring that to each relationship. The last guy that I dated, he was actually great and he was nice, and there was just a few things that lifestyle didn't align.
Like you want to share, or
he was too party.
Oh,
So
I mean,
he
that
was-
kind of makes sense. I can see why somebody would break
So
up
he
with
was
someone
very
like that.
he was very successful, very like so many companies sold them, like he was just very focused. But in the evenings, he just wanted to go party. He just wanted to go out. He wanted to do it with his friends, and then like sometimes he would go on vacations and leave me. I know.
Okay, well, sometimes it's good to talk to somebody. I don't think you're being dramatic. I don't think I don't think you're the problem. Because
Maybe they're gaslighting me, thinking I'm the problem, but in reality, it wasn't.
No, you're not the problem, because sometimes people make you really feel like you're the problem, but you're not the problem.
But I wasn't the problem.
No, how do you have a girlfriend, you leave her, and it's okay traveling with your bodies sometimes, which is fine. But if he does that a lot, just leaves you like that and party too much.
There was 3 times.
Girl, you are not the problem.
3 times that he did that.
Yeah.
3 times. Once he went to Colombia by himself, like with his friends, bachelor trip. And then he went to Mykonos. And I think there was one other trip, I can't remember right now, but
in the period of how long were you guys together?
a year.
A year. Okay.
So when I it was the Colombia trip was like when we first started dating, so I was like, okay.
Yeah, that doesn't count. So it's 2.
I was like, okay, whatever. And then for his birthday he went to Mykonos for 6 days, and he didn't invite me. But then he invited me to Lisbon, and I was offended because I was like, this is our first time like flying together to Europe.
I don't know though, because listen, I'll always tell you what I really feel, because I feel as though as a girl, I understand you where you're coming from, because girls were a little bit more needy. But if I'm being neutral right now, if I'm being neutral, I would say if it's 2 times in a year, because the first week you guys were just started dating, so that doesn't count.
It was like the first 3 months he went to Colombia by himself.
Yeah, but that doesn't really doesn't
3 months,
count.
okay.
It doesn't really count.
That's
because
what I said.
It's just started.
I said it was.
So in that part, I think you kind of F that up a little bit.
I didn't say anything. I didn't call him.
You didn't say it? Oh, okay.
I didn't text him. I said, you know what? Let's have this one. When he went to Mykonos and we had been dating for 10 months, that's when I was like, why am I not?
I think I'll feel the same way. But coming from like a plain ground that I know that maybe he wants to do a guy thing, and it's just like 2 times in 1 year. I know.
Do you know what happens there?
I swear I feel you. I think I might be you right now saying this. But because I'm not you, I can be able to see clear. No, really.
No, but do you know what happens in Mykonos?
I mean, it depends on who you have. Everything can happen everywhere. Talking about Miami, even Miami. Listen, people go to church and do crazy shit. No, even in church, people do crazy shit. So anything can happen anywhere. So I would not really say just because it's Mykonos, but I can relate to you because I'm a girl and I know how I am if my man is traveling without me. So I know that. But if I'm being realistic, being that the fact is not my man, I was not in this situation, seeing it from a clear standpoint, he's traveling to Mykonos. He's just, out of the 1 year we're dating, he's just did it only 2 times. And he's having a guy's trip. Okay. Because sometimes guys really do need that actual break. It's difficult for us to hear it. It's difficult. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. But it's a real thing. They want to have a body time. Because I know me too. I want to have a girl's time with my girls. My ex did not let me have that. And I know how that felt. Because when I would tell him I want to do a girl's trip, he would be so dramatic. I never did that.
Okay.
right? So, but I understand what a guy would feel like, and guys sometimes they feel in prison. So I don't know. I don't
No,
know
you're
about
right.
that. But the partying, the too much partying that he does,
Yeah.
I'm against that. That's like,
So I think that's what maybe I was displacing like, whatever it was.
Yeah, because too much party, like
It
for
was
how
too
long you gonna
much.
do that? Like,
And he was 37.
and you're a social person. So when you say a party is too much, that's really too much.
Yeah.
Because some people are really not social.
No,
So
I
when
love
they
being
say
around
party
people.
is too much, you're like, maybe he just went out, like,
Yeah.
But for you, when you say a party is too much, that means it's really too much. So
Yeah, it was too much.
I can see why you would be like, yeah, a big turn off.
Yeah.
But listen, his loss, their loss, you're doing great. And I'm so always, your story that you've told me today, you always found yourself to walk away. A lot of girls are in relationship that they do not like. They do not even love the man. They cannot walk away because they do not have financial freedom by choice. Because they do not want to work. And there's no financial freedom, so they stay.
So they stay. I have a lot of friends that are like
And
that.
that's the worst thing you do to yourself. So
Yeah.
kudos to you.
Thank you.
When it's not working, walk.
Thank you. I
That's
really appreciate that.
that's very refreshing for Miami. No, that's very refreshing because in Miami here, oh my God. I wouldn't really say Miami because I think it's kind of like most places people have, there's shit happens in different places. But I always say Miami because Miami is really, really notorious for that. I've always thought Miami is notorious for that until I actually went to Cannes, and I realized that in Cannes, like, it's crazy over there. I was in Cannes for like 4 days, and I was like, oh my God, is this really what happens here? There's no regular and normal person there because it's like everybody there.
So it was the same as Miami.
Oh, it's the same. But the different, what I felt like in Cannes, I liked Cannes. Cannes is beautiful. The weather is amazing. The people are great. But I do feel like it's really kind of similar to Miami. But the difference is that I do feel like the people I saw, like most of the Miami type girls, the sugar baby girls that I obviously ran into, I do not know them. But when you go out to meet people, I realized that the difference between them and the people in Miami is that they do not have class. Miami will still hide it. Miami, a girl can still be like a good girl. I'm a good girl and still hide it under closet. But there is like I met this girl at the beach or whatever. The first thing she asked me is, I'm looking for a sugar daddy. And I was like, do I look like I have a sugar daddy? Why are you telling me that?
Well, it's because you're beautiful.
That was the first thing she told me.
And they see a beautiful girl. They see that she has everything put together. She's whatever, like, and then they see you. They're like, oh, maybe she has a sugar daddy and she's not by herself.
Don't get me wrong. I am not against girls that want to have a sugar daddy. Good for you. But I am not one of them. But at the same time, do I not like money? Hell fucking yes. I like money. I like my man to take care of me.
Yeah.
But there's a whole difference from you being a girl that really works hard and hustle than being a girl that is just like, I just want a sugar daddy. There's a big difference. It ain't that. But, well, back to reality. So what's the dating experience so far in Miami? Like right now, what are you up
I think
to?
the dating in Miami is very quick. I think people kind of see each other for, like 3 or 4 months, and maybe I've been guilty of this myself.
Yeah.
But then you kind of maybe get bored with the person or think maybe their lifestyle isn't what you want or whatever. Maybe that's my Miami. Maybe I date people and I think maybe this isn't the type of life that I want. But isn't that dating in general? You kind of like figure out, see somebody, how they act, what they're like, who their friends are, and then like instead of working on building each other and working on building together or building the relationship, I think people kind of take a step back after like 3 or 4 months. Like after the honeymoon phase when things get like hard,
Yeah.
Like people just kind of like are like, okay, maybe
You think that some of them low-key can just want to lay with the girl and just step back after that? Do you think that's the thing going on?
I
Because
think so.
that could be a thing
I
in
think
Miami.
so. I think it is. I think sometimes
Damn.
guys like they want to sleep with you and then they do and then they get bored and then they're like, okay, next.
Oh my God. I really don't doubt you on that.
I know.
I don't
agree.
doubt you. I can actually see that. I can actually see how that could be a thing. That is insane.
I think in Miami people do that.
Listen, I don't doubt that because listen, a guy really bought me a ring and was talking about he wants to marry me after 3 dates. No, really, fact, in Miami. And immediately I was like laughing because I'm like, does that really work? That's why I realized that people really do that just to lay with you, just to, actually have
They'll say whatever.
intercourse with you. They're going to say whatever.
They'll say whatever, they'll do whatever. But I think that's more in Miami. I think the dating in other places like New York, obviously Nebraska, I think just other places, people are more honest.
I don't know about New York because I have friends that lives in New York and they tell me the same shit. In New York, they take you to the swing glass party.
But I think in New York, they kind of like, it's like, somebody told me from New York, I guess there's a 3-date rule.
Oh yeah, someone told me that in Miami too. There's a 3-date rule because he was expecting me to go to bed with him. I'm like,
Apparently there's a 3-date rule where you go and you go on 3 dates and then the girl will sleep with you. And then like you go from there.
when I first moved here 2022, the guy I went on a date with, I think it was the same month. The first day he invited me, I'm telling you, when I'm telling you my grandma's thing is really up, it's up.
Your grandma's voice is in your head.
Really up. I went on the date with the guy. I was already looking at him. I'm already like, there is no way I'm dating this guy. Really, within me, I knew that. I'm like, I think he's a good guy, but I think we could be friends. But I'm not dating him, and he's not seeing my panties. This is in my head. He doesn't know that. In his mind, he's like, oh, I'm gonna win this guy. I don't know what he was thinking. This is fact. We sat down, we talked. He invited me for dinner. The next day we went on dinner. The third day he said, oh, I'm gonna cook for you. Mind you, he lived right next to me, right? So I'm gonna cook for you. I'm like, oh, okay, you wanna cook for me? Listen, I'm a girl that I'm always in control of me. He said, I'm gonna cook for you. I'm like, oh, okay, what are you gonna make? He said he's gonna make chicken. I'm like, okay. I went, I dressed up, I went for the dinner. Had this supposedly penthouse. And I went for this dinner. He was making this chicken. It smelled delicious. It was so good. And by the way, I always watch my drink. So when I'm in a guy's house the first time, I'm not just drinking nothing that I'm like, even the food, we're eating it together. So I'm over there, I'm like, I already know I wasn't going to sleep with him.
Especially at the house.
Especially in the house. But I do feel his energy. There's something about energy. I feel like he's a good person. I feel like we could be friends.
Okay.
Normally, if I don't feel that way, I wouldn't even see you anymore. I wouldn't even talk to you anymore. I'm just going to be like, I'm out. But I felt that energy, genuineness that he's really good, but he's just lost and just look for girls to sleep with. But I know I wasn't going to be one of the girls he puts on the list. So I went there and I was like, the food was amazing. I had that we ate together. And he's like, oh, there's a 3-day rule. I'm like, a 3-day rule? What's that? That was the first time I heard. I'm like, what's that? Well, I'm like, I'm a grandma's baby. This is not happening. I'm going home. And I left. Anyway, we became friends. Nothing ever happened. But it's like, a lot of people really do not know that guys really do think that it's a 3-day rule.
There's a 3-day rule. So at the dinner we met at, someone told me that in New York, they have a 3-date rule. They didn't say anything about Miami because he was like new to Miami. And he was like saying that the girls are a little bit more like, they basically will not sleep with you unless you provide them with something. That's what he said his experience was. So, but he said in New York, it's a lot easier to like have sex.
Wow.
So I was like, okay, I feel like I've heard this before also from like somebody else, but I think that's what guys kind of do now is like, since it's so easy to like meet people and like the dating apps and like whatever, like you'll say whatever you want, you'll say whatever makes them happy just because you want to see what they can do for you, you know, like what the girl can do for them. So that's just what I heard.
That is, I mean, I cannot even kiss you or look at you like kiss you if I do not like you. So I don't care what you're giving me, even if you're giving me the heaven and the earth. It doesn't really matter.
That's
because
true.
I really need to connect. I really need to
That's
like
true.
you. And my likeness is different. I'm not the blue eyes, blonde haired girl. I'm like the red. I mean, I like what gets. There are people are different in so many ways. I have girls that when the guy is hot is cute. For me, is extra. Mm-hmm. What gets me is the brain.
I agree.
If your brain is working, you're smart. Even if you're not that cute or not that tall, you got me.
It's the energy.
It's the energy.
Someone can be very, very handsome and have
it's so dumb.
Little energy.
And there's like it sound like
yes, so dumb. So you can't connect with them. And somebody can be, you know, handsome, but not like crazy handsome, but still
they still have the
they have charm.
They have that charm.
They have charm.
They have the charisma, the courage. There's something about courage. They have the courage. They're gonna walk into like a place and make stuff happen. I mean, that's why a lot of people are lacking right here. And it's like, I'm like, what the?
I know people think now that guys now think that if they have money, they can just get whatever they want.
Amen. Oh my God.
And girls now think that if they have beauty, they can just get whatever they want.
Amen. Listen, I am so glad you say this. I've been on a date. When I first moved there, I mentioned that I was having a very rough patch. Because I did an investment back home in my country and I was really having so I was like down. So after the investment, I was kind of down. So I moved here, I met the guy, I went on a date with him and he had like money. I'm talking private jet, okay? So this guy is already telling me how he's going to change my life to make my life become the perfect. He was telling me about his ex, what he did and all that. And I really know he was going to do that because I can tell. Mm-hmm. I can feel that. When we were having dinner, he was trying to impress me. And he talked so bad to our server. Oh my goodness.
Oh, I hate that.
I did not say anything. Listen, we were already planning from this, we're going to go do this. And I had like $200 in my account when I came here. Because I already did the huge investment in my country. And he's telling me he's going to change my life. And I got my Uber. This guy is still telling me I'm going to change your life, make your life be glam and do this for you, because he was talking so nasty to the waiter serving us, trying to impress me. I ordered my Uber. When my Uber came, the look on his face was priceless. He was shocked. He'd never seen that in Miami. Mm-hmm. Like,
you can tell a lot about a person by the way they treat other people.
I know. Mm-hmm. I know. People get that wrong because they always think like, oh my God, because they are, they treat me right and they treat other people wrong, that means they are good. No, if they stop loving you, they're going to treat you the same way that they're treating the person that they're treating that you saw.
But that used to be me. I used to be a server. I used to, you know what I mean? Like, that could have been me.
Yeah.
You know, so it could have been anyone. And then you think that.
Even if it's not you, when the love fades away, you get the same treatment.
Yeah.
So you always watch your spouse, or before you become couple, always watch the people you're about to start dating. Watch how they treat people around them. It's very important. Don't be a selfish person that ignores how your spouse treats other people, because one day it's going to be you they treat that way. And that's what happened a lot of times, even in divorces. You see couples get so nasty with each other because they don't like each other, they're not together anymore, and they treat the other person nasty. No, the person was not nasty. The person has always been that way. It was just because you chose to ignore how they are because they loved you and they made you feel good. And that's a big thing. And people ignore that. And mostly girls, when there's money, they're like, oh my God, you can do whatever.
I know, they notice it and they're like so wowed by it. But then it's like, you have to look at the person.
Yep.
Everyone has money in Miami.
There's always a richer person too. And also everybody will have money even when they are broke. Thank you. Do you know how many fake designer stuff?
That's what I'm saying. Just because somebody has money doesn't make them better. You have to see. And then they think...
And a lot of the things are fake. You know, like, people that really have money do not say it. Let's be honest.
They don't say it. They don't talk
even
about
want
it.
to show it.
If a man has a nice watch on his wrist, to me, it's a red flag.
So, okay, there are some nice watches that are red flag, which are like, so like, oh, I'm here. But there are some nice watches that are quiet luxury. You wouldn't even know.
Exactly. So I think as a man, you know, I've basically lived in Fort Lauderdale, and there's like a lot of old money in Fort Lauderdale.
Yes.
Lots of generational wealth, lots of whatever. Not flashy at all.
Yes.
Fort Lauderdale people,
money.
yes, people are normal. They go to dive bars. We have normal restaurants. We have whatever. In Miami, it's the opposite. People are very, very flashy.
Flashy.
They have nice watches. They have nice cars. They have
It's
whatever.
fake. Most of them is fake.
It's fake. I agree. But also, like, as a man, if you're trying to, like, be so flashy, what are you trying to prove?
Exactly.
Are you trying to prove to girls? Are you trying to prove to your friends? Are you trying to prove? It's not the actual watch itself. It's not the actual car. It's the concept,
the
behind
intention
it.
behind it. But listen, I don't blame some guys, because for some girls it works. It's because some people enables it. I've had some girl that I knew in the past when I first moved here, right? You know what she told me? She was telling me, she was looking at a Rolls Royce, telling me about, oh, this guy have Rolls Royce. And I remember, I just moved to Miami. I literally just moved. That tells you how my grandmother's antenna goes. I just moved to Miami, but I told her, listen, it's not about the car.
No.
You're in Miami, everybody rents a car. Mm-hmm. She was surprised that someone that had a Rolls Royce treated her in a certain way. I'm like, it's not about the car. Everybody has Rolls Royce. Everybody can rent one. And she didn't understand what I was saying, but she lived here for so many years. And I literally just moved here that month when she was telling me that. And she was looking at me like, oh, you might be right. I'm like, yes, I know I'm right. So, but there are girls like that does it for them. And a guy like that has really nothing to offer apart from the little change he has, and think that's what he can offer. He's going to buy a fucking wristwatch like that and be like, hey,
I know. And show it off. And try to show it off.
Mm-hmm. And when they get a girl that they deserve, they complain.
Yeah.
Like, you get what you ask for.
I know. And then they complain that...
You can complain if you ask for shit like that. You get what you ask for.
One of my friends, he went on a date in Miami.
Yeah.
And some girl literally explicitly told him she will not go on a date with him because he doesn't have a Rolls Royce. And mind you, this guy, he is rich. I know him. He has a lot of money. He's probably worth like at least 30 million, I swear. But he's young. He's like 32.
But how are some people so dumb?
I don't know.
What gets a girl to be in that... sometimes I really try to understand how the human brains work.
I don't know.
There are some things I see or hear.
I think it's social media.
I don't understand.
I think it's social media.
We both are in social media, but you got to pick and choose what you want.
I know, but the algorithm, like sometimes you like swiping and you like something that's not good, and then it keeps feeding you like things that are like not real life.
I don't even think you have to like it for it to show you that.
No, it just shows up.
I just think the minute you swipe and look at it, it just starts showing you that.
Or you're in the area, Miami.
But I can see what you say is the algorithm, but I think it's still who they are deep down. Because algorithm might show you that, but you picking that is bringing who you actually
That's true.
are as a person. Mm-hmm. There's nothing wrong with flashy and glam.
No,
there's nothing wrong with that. But then again, you have to have a brain.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be all we should live after. Like, how do you tell a guy without Rolls Royce he won't date?
I know. That was when I heard that, I thought that was crazy because he's a good guy and he was young. He was young and he's not that type of guy to try to impress. Because
you shouldn't.
He already knows like who he is and he's like a good person. So when I heard that, I was like, and he does well. He does well.
Last 2 weeks there was like event, like a festival that happened here. And I was with one of my friends and we went out and she was telling me how a friend of her that I do know, we're not friends, but I've met her, was complaining about the ticket that their common friend bought. That's why doesn't he have an exclusive to the festival? This guy bought you a ticket that is VIP. You're not even dating him. You guys are just friends.
That's like a $10,000 ticket.
And thank you. That's entitlement. We went in there with a general admission, which was like $300 and almost $400 for general admission. You went in with a VIP.
Yeah. And
you were telling the guy, she got mad and asked them to leave. Before we got there, they were like, they left. Like,
oh my God.
Oh, you don't, this is like not your style. They don't have exclusivity. And I was like, damn.
I know.
What is happening? But most girls that do that, they don't even have money in their bank account. They don't even have, they don't even have anything to their name. Because if you make money, you know how hard it is to actually make money.
I know.
And appreciate people's money.
$10,000 for a ticket for a festival is a lot of money.
Well, she complained and they left. We didn't even get to see them. Then I'm like, what?
I'm surprised he left with her.
Well, that's the thing. There are guys that I don't know. It's all about enabling. I think for some guys, they kind of stroke their ego when a girl is like, "Oh yeah, you do it." I'm like,
yeah, that's true.
Oh, it doesn't make sense to me, but whatever. Again, what do I know? I'm just a girl from Nigeria. What the heck do I know? Well, no. Speaking of which, do you get guys look at you like, oh no, she's so pretty. She's a pretty, but they think you're dumb? And they don't know? So. Because I can see how a lot of guys always like see girls in Miami when you're pretty, they assume that you don't.
I think so. But I think in my experience, like when I meet people, I think they kind of know. Like they know that obviously.
When you talk.
When I talk.
When you start talking.
Yeah, when I start talking to them, they kind of like are like, okay, wait, maybe she's not. And like sometimes I like to play it a little. Sometimes I like to pretend like I'm dumber than I am. Yeah. Because then you can kind of see what they want. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like you can see what they want from you, like what the situation is. But yeah, I think sometimes at first people think like, oh, I'm just like a Miami girl, like But then when they get to know me, like they realize like, okay, maybe she's not like that, you know? So.
Well, I like that.
Thank you.
I like that. I mean, it's always there's something about being smart. Well, now, being smart is not just about book smart. Someone can be so smart and be so dumb. Book-wise and be so dumb. But like, you really have both, which is like very, very sexy. It's beautiful. Really because a lot of people are like, either they are book smart and they are killing it, but in reality, you talk to them, they're so dumb. You're like, oh my God.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I think that when you move down here, you kind of have to figure it out.
Yes.
You kind of have to become street smart.
Yes.
Like you just like, it's a flip. And you have to like switch it.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Because like, then the city will eat you.
Yes.
Like then you're just gonna be.
Yeah, it's gonna really. It's not gonna eat you. It's gonna swallow you.
It's gonna swallow you. It's gonna throw you on the side of the road. You really just have to. You have to figure it out.
Yep. Well, if you're watching this, you are watching No Filter with Queen Mary. Please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel because there is always an amazing guest in this podcast. And also, thank you so much for coming today. You are doing great. You're doing amazing. I wish you the best.
Thank you so much.
And watch out for the next episode.